Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. We're here to talk about the Cybertruck once again. What I want to discuss today is, we know that the Cybertruck is coming reasonably soon. Is it the end of 2021? Is it first quarter of 2022? Second quarter? Third quarter? Are we all being led down a path of false hopes? I certainly hope not and don't think so. But what I wanted to dig down into today, and I'm hoping people, I'm going to have a lot to say here, or go over about 6 areas where I think will show you where you're going to fall in your order. But if you have any thoughts on the subject, if you know anything else, please add it to the comments section. So the first thing I want to talk about is where you fall on the list. And of course, that initially is going to be the pre-order, your pre-order number. That's very easy to define. You can go to the Cybertruck Owners Club website. Essentially, if you subtract the number 112744100 from your pre-order, that's going to show you where you fall. So you're going to fall somewhere between 1 and a million plus. Fortunately for me, I'm in the 700 range, so I'm pretty excited about that. I'm assuming that I'll be getting the call rather early in the process. I also would like to know or hear from you. You know, I ordered almost immediately when Elon was speaking during the reveal. He mentioned at some point that it was now live. That's essentially when I went online. I was sort of sitting there with my laptop all ready to go. I would suspect it took me about a minute or so to finally get through. Actually, once it tried to go through, it didn't work. I had to do it a second time. So in that 10, 15, 20 seconds that I lost, I sometimes wonder where I would have fallen. But feel free to let me know where you are in the comment section here. I'm curious to know whether how quickly the list was growing that early on in the game. But obviously, pre-order is going to be one of the number one factors of when you get your truck. However, as we know from other Tesla vehicles, that is not any way, shape, or form the only way that they do things. So number 2, in the way that Tesla typically does this is they will give employees, it's rumored or stated over time that employees will get an advantage as to when they get the vehicle. Can sort of understand that. It's a perk. You want to keep your employees happy. You know, the retention of your employees, of treating them well, is always a good thing. How much that plays into this, I don't know, but it certainly could be a factor. The next thing I want to say is being a Tesla owner already. This has been done in the past as well. I happen to be a Model S owner. I don't know whether that will play into this, but they have in the past. Same thing with the employee idea, is trying to treat prior Tesla owners, if they've already have one vehicle, to then give them some pat on the back by allocating a vehicle sooner. Geography. This is number 4, is also a huge factor and has been done in the past. And of course, this makes complete sense. If Tesla was building an S in California, it wouldn't make much sense to try to get them to have the first person get a vehicle that's in Maine or Florida or something like that, because for obvious reasons, to getting the vehicles out there, it's not financially beneficial to them. However, there has been rumor that the Cybertruck will be people will be given the option of picking their vehicle up. So how does that change things? Does that eliminate the geography thing? If you're willing to get on a flight, fly to Austin and pick up your vehicle, does that become the driving factor? So would we be potentially back to your pre-order number, where it doesn't matter where you are, or the advantage there wouldn't be so great about geographic location? I'm unsure of that. Now, one caveat to that: we also know, at least currently, that Texas is not allowed to sell vehicles directly they don't have the dealership there, right? So there's some problem right now where if you live in Texas, you're listed as a Texas resident. How are you going to get your Cybertruck? Are you going to have to leave the state, go to Oklahoma, go to New Orleans or Louisiana? These are questions we don't know. It seems, I would think, after all the money that Tesla has brought to Texas, that they would be more inclined to accommodate them. But as of right now, my understanding is they cannot sell directly to Tesla, or excuse me, to Texas. So they're going to have to do something about that. I think it'll be sort of like New Jersey here with fireworks. For decades and decades, you can't buy fireworks here. That was illegal, but you could. They have factories literally on the Delaware River. You drive over the border, you pick up your fireworks, you drive home. Seems to defeat the purpose of the law, but you're likely to see something like that if it doesn't get changed. Number 5, I think, will be one potential for who gets their vehicle first will be VIPs and established YouTubers and enthusiasts. This is just my guess, but I would think if Tesla wants to promote the Cybertruck very quickly and sort of accommodate their following, there are many YouTubers that get millions of views on previous Cybertruck videos, and it wouldn't surprise me if these people were given cars earlier on so that they can showcase them and one hand could wash the other. I don't know that to be the fact. Again, certainly if someone knows something about that, they could comment on it. The truth be said, I think a lot of these people are already, they're early adopters and sort of into the Cybertruck world. So they, in all likelihood, they've probably ordered in advance. Although, if they were invited to the Cybertruck reveal, I'm not quite sure. I was not there. I don't know how easy phones were working or whether you could do two things at once. You're trying to video the event and sign up. So a lot of the more established and bigwigs of cyberspace that are YouTubers may have lost their the ability to get a good position. Don't know. The final thing I want to say is number 6 is vehicle characteristics. We already know that Tesla seems to be leaning towards either the tri-motor or the dual motor. I think that's pretty obvious. So if you have a single motor, obviously, I don't care if you're number 5 in the list, they're not going to call you because they're not offering that model just yet. So how do we compile all these things to get to who gets it first? I'm hoping that the pre-order number is the number one driving force. I think, considering if you're an early adopter, you were all set up to order the thing quickly. Granted, I understand that I'm sort of one of those people, so I'm advocating this. But it would seem to me, if you've waited online and you're number 1 in the list, if someone that just decided to get one yesterday at the million mark rolls in front of you, it would seem to me that it would be very unfair. So, Elon, if you're listening, by all means, I think the pre-order number should be the number 1 driving force. Of course, I understand, like I said, if VPs, if Arnold Schwarzenegger or Jennifer Aniston or someone, Obama wants a Cybertruck, the value of marketing to them would be tremendous. But barring a couple of those anomalies, I think we should be pushing and suggesting that pre-order number should be the driving force. Anyway, that's all I have to say on the subject. If I've missed something, if someone has any other ideas, please post them. I'd love to hear it. I am really looking forward to it. I hope we have less days in front of us to when the Cybertruck finally hits the ground running. I'll keep my fingers crossed, but we shall see. Thanks so much for listening. Please sign up to the channel and subscribe, and talk to you in the future.